Hello and welcome to the Independence Stadium. I'm Amadou Gajaga and thank you for joining us. We're here for the resumption of football at the Independence Stadium after it was banned by CAF. The ban temporarily lifted recently. And the first game that we are going to witness here is the game between the Gambia and Algeria in the CHAN qualifiers. It's the second round of qualifiers for the CHAN competition, and the qualification round game is going to be here at the Independence Stadium. Both teams are waiting to come out of the tunnel onto the pitch to get the pre-match proceedings. And joining me in the commentary cabin is my colleague Amadou Tamba. Amadou, welcome.
Thank you very much, Gajaga, and a very good afternoon to the viewers of QTV. And we are back to the Independence Stadium, the country's main bowl, and today it's of course the Gambia welcoming Algeria in the CHAN qualifiers for the event to be staged in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. It's going to be an action filled stadium, of course, but the attendance is a little bit crazy, but we know it's going to be absolutely action filled on the turf, as Gambia wants to qualify to its maiden CHAN competition, and the Algerians will definitely want to get the CHAN competition as well. So it's not going to be an easy game here today.
Absolutely not an easy game, and here is a massive opportunity for the Gambia because they've never qualified for this competition since it began in 2009. The African Nations Championship, known as CHAN, is a competition organized by the Confederation of African Football, CAF, and it's a biennial competition. It's held every 2 years. The current champions are Senegal. Of course, it is Algeria that they went with into the final, and they defeated Algeria on penalties. Well, for the Gambia, the reason why we are at this stage is because we defeated Gabon on penalties after a 0-0 draw in the first leg, a 0-0 draw in the second leg as well. In Libreville, a penalty shootout, the Gambia triumphed on that occasion. That's the reason why we're here. The Independence Stadium looking live and beautiful. Like Amadou said, yes, we expected it to be a full house in terms of the number of supporters, but it's almost looking like an empty stadium. But basically, we'll get into the pitch. The substituted players are taking their positions on the bench so far, but the atmosphere here is wonderful. It feels great for the return of football. The last time the Gambia played a competitive match here was on the 25th of March 2021. That was the day we qualified for the AFCON in Cameroon. That was in 2022. And since then, we've not played a game here because the stadium was on suspension. Now that the Confederation of African Football have lifted that suspension temporarily, though, until certain things are fixed. So the two teams are emerging from the tunnel, now coming onto the pitch. With the background sound there is the CAF anthem. Amadou, beautiful atmosphere. It can't be better than this, returning to the stadium.
Absolutely, it can't be better than this, and I know a lot of the fans, especially the Scorpions fans club and whosoever managed to make your way into the stadium, will be feeling very much excited at the moment and can't wait for the kickoff as we return to this Independence Stadium. And of course, the two sides, as you said, are coming forward, and very soon we'll get the national anthems. It's absolutely very exciting, and the stadium looks very colorful in the Gambian flag of the red, white, blue, white, green. Absolutely colorful, and we expect it to be a very good game today.
We expect a very good game. The teams lined up. Very soon we will get into the pre-match proceedings, of course, beginning with the national anthems of both countries, and later on proceedings will start on the pitch. We were looking forward to the return of football at the Independence Stadium, and here we are. Very shortly, the national anthems will go on. Yes, the national anthem is about to kick-start. If you're just joining us from wherever you are watching from around the world, we're here at the Independence Stadium in Bakau, where football has returned after 4 years. And that's the national anthem of Algeria. That was the national anthem of Algeria. Now to the national anthem of the Gambia. That completes the pre-match proceedings as far as the national anthems are concerned. Ending there with beautiful national anthem of the Gambia. For the Gambia, our homeland, the return of football at the Independence Stadium is the CHAN Qualifiers, second round of qualifying, and this will be the last round of qualifying. Either of the teams, whoever emerge here, will get into the competition proper, which is going to be hosted by 3 countries: Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. It's going to be in East Africa, and the Gambia have the opportunity to qualify for this competition for the very first time after missing out on several occasions, sometimes in the preliminary of the qualifiers. One time in 2015 was against Senegal. Senegal knocked us out. Another time it was against Burkina Faso. We got knocked out, and several times. But eventually, getting close, one more step to go before the Gambia makes it to the CHAN. But it has to start today to get a good result here. The teams are lining up together. Now let me get you the team news. First we start with the Gambia. Lamin Sedi is in goal and he's the captain of the team. Makaira Tambedu, Sekou Barrow, Bakari Jawara, Albert Ajoa Gomez, Mas Njai, Lamin Sedikan, Pamodu Sahna, Adama Kante, Ibrahima Fofana, Ibrahima Gay. That completes the lineup for the Gambia. For the Algerian side, it is Ben Bot, Mamandi, Gazella, Benadia, Helmir, Chiti, Mehba, Buraj, Beloichi, Bolabina, and Maouche. That completes the 11 for the Algerian side. For the substituted players for the Gambia is Boubacar Silla, who is a goalkeeper, Abdoulaye Tamba, and then Saibu Seidi, Ibu Kamara, Amadou Nyasi, Ibu Sanyang, Musa Sise, Seni Bojang, and Gaira Diouf. For the Algerian side, there you could see the likes of Boufalia, Kedat, Tabid, Bukaraiji, Darui, Bakain, and Khaf. That completes the bench for the Algerian team. and their coach is Majid Bugera. This Majid Bugera was a former international player. He played on this stadium against the Gambia. Amadou, you remember that game?
Yeah, absolutely. Majid Bugera, the famous Algerian centre-back, an absolute brilliant player, and he played here. He's leading his team back to the Gambia again. This time around, he will not be on the pitch, but will be on the technical area as the coach leading this team. So it's really going to be an interesting one for him.
And the match officials are from the Comoros Islands. Yes, Mohamed Atum, the referee, Suleiman Al-Madin, the first assistant, and the second assistant is Mohamed Ibrahim. The other officials, of course, the fourth official is Brighton Chimene, and he is from Zimbabwe. The match commissioner is Mukaila Nyachim Adam from Ghana. Referee assistant, that's referee assessor, is Ibrahim Abubakar Haidara. Any moment from now, and he's from Mali, the kickoff will get started. Well, I could see Pamodu Sahna there very close, but kickoff is going to be first taken by the Algerian side. Most of these Algerian players play for clubs like CS Constantine, USM Alger, and other Algerian teams. The league is a professional league. Most of their teams, especially the top teams, played in the CAF Champions League and also the Confederation Cup. There goes the start of the game. Algeria first at the back, exchanging position. But it appears that's the first foul of the game. And Algeria gets a free kick inside their own half. It's the return of football at the Independence Stadium, the Chan Qualifiers, the second round of qualifying and the final round of qualifying for this competition. Now the Gambia have to defend a ball out for a throw-in. And Algeria quickly will take that one. Halema. And they exchange a beautiful pass there. Long cross, but that would not trouble, of course, goalkeeper Lamin Saidi, the captain of the team. Lamin Saidi arms throws the ball. Good exchange of passes, beautiful turn there in the midfield. And the Gambia team exchanging beautiful passes there in the center of the pitch. The ball goes back all the way. Beautiful exchange of passes there by the Gambian side. But now they've regained possession again. Now another attack. The Gambian team goes forward, a beautiful shot. Now is that an opportunity? But the Algerian defenders clear the lines. The ball goes out for a throw into the Gambia. But that was a beautiful attack and very close to goal. I think it was the last ditch attempt for the player to nick the ball, but it was intercepted. Amadou, that's a beautiful play from the Gambia.
Absolutely, we need not to sit back. We need to attack, take the game to the Algerians, because they will be playing very careful if they can get a draw here and take it back home. Whilst we know that we are playing in front of our home fans, so we absolutely need to do anything possible to ensure that we break the Algerian defense line and find the back of the net and try to win this game.
Absolute beautiful football there from the Gambia side. They're still in possession, but this time it's been dispossessed. But still a 50-50 situation, and now the Algerians regain possession in their own half. Another exchange of passes there from the Algerians. Beniada. But that ball would go out for a throw to the Gambia. A disappointing play from the Algerian Gazella. And the Gambia loses possession. Algeria on the left-hand side. Gambia, he sends a cross, but it's going to be a corner kick. Bulbina there for the Algerian side. They get their first corner of the game after 3 minutes. That is the action there where the Algerians intercepted the ball from the Gambian defense and which resulted into a corner. Now the Algeria Chan team, a corner kick quickly comes in, but the Gambians would clear. A good control, and he wins a foul. It's going to be a free kick for the Gambia. That was a corner that didn't trouble either the defense or the goalkeeper. Pamodu Sohna being dispossessed of the ball. That's disappointing play. And for the Algerians, close into the Gambian box, and then he has the opportunity to cross, sends in a powerful one, but that wouldn't trouble goalkeeper in goal, that is Lamin Seydi, and it goes out for a goal kick. We've seen some one or two good moves there for the Algerians, and resulting into a corner and another attack.
Well, at the moment, what they're trying to do is just to try and play through the wide area. So the Gambia should absolutely try to stop them from exploiting the wide areas, that is being the left side or the right side of the Algerians' attack. Once you stop them, that means their first plan has failed, and now you've got to wait and see where their second plan will come. But I think they're trying to use the wide areas in order to try and cut back and put in crosses to ensure that they break the Gambian defense.
Absolutely. And that's Bakary Jawara. The Gambia in possession. Good turn, but still playing in their half. The ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Lamin Seydi, the team captain. It's 0-0 after 5 minutes. Chan qualifiers. Sekou Barrow back to his defensive partner. The Gambia still in possession, looking for options, but that's a poor one, and Algerians picked up. Quick turn, the ball all the way back, and that's a foul. Free kick for Algeria. It's the Chan qualifiers and the return of football at the Independence Stadium in Bakau after 4 years. Beautiful atmosphere, even though we're virtually playing the game in an empty stadium. But we would have to enjoy the football. Good interchange of play for the Algerians. Gazella. And now to Mandi. Mandi all the way back. And now to Benyada. Algeria. Good run on the right hand side, and a beautiful exchange of passes. And there gets the cross, chested. Algeria in the attack. Well, the Gambia team retrieved back, just trying to get a low block. That ball appears to be rolling, but he was able to get a corner. Second corner for the Algerian side. Bourash there in that action with the Gambia defense. Corner kicks are always dangerous, very close to goal. 50-50 situations created. He takes the corner, almost gets the goalkeeper, and that's Lamin Seydi. Bicycle kick. That was a very fantastic attack there by the Algerians. They win possession again. The Gambia player is claiming for a foul, but Algeria is still in the attack again. He's going to roll the ball back out for because the player is injured. Amadou, just look at that. Very, very close to scoring for the Algerian side. Beautiful bicycle kick, but Lamine Seydi was equal to it.
Yeah, when the ball was moving inside the area, he was absolutely trying to make sure his eyes was on the ball and position himself very well. And when the player just tried to take that shot in the air, and absolutely Seydi was on point to make sure he grabs that ball with ease. This is why he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league, if not the best. An absolute brilliant keeper.
Brilliant keeper Lamine Seydi, and Algeria start their attack in the center of the field. That's a long pass on the left hand side. Tries to dribble past Bakary Jawara, but a clearance there. But still Algeria in possession. For the last 5 minutes or so, it has been all Algeria. They like having their feet in the game. Gradually taking control, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Algeria team. Halmia will take the throw. Quick one, rolled. That's the Gambia defender. Foul. Free kick for the Gambia. Rolls it to goalkeeper Lamine Seydi. Sekou Barrow. And now Bakary Jawara back in midfield. Sekou Barrow now to Albert Ajua Gomez. Sekou Barrow again, and back to Makara Tambedu. He's playing the ball at the back, but now gets the pass forward. Bakary Jawara crosses. Can a Gambian player get close to it? And it's a header, but that wouldn't trouble the Algerian goalkeeper, Ben Bott, as he easily gets that save. It hasn't been an explosive game where you see scintillating attacks. Chances been created. It's 11 minutes into the game. Quite a slow start for both sides. The Algerians having much better of the possession. Amadou Sahna, who is one of the players that is expected to do very well, has much of the ball. And Algeria. And there goes the very good shot, but it goes high and wide. Amadou, what's your assessment of the game so far after 11 minutes?
Well, I think, as I said earlier on, I think the Algerians are trying to use the wide areas, and now we can see El Hosseini trying to shoot from distance, and the Gambian side as well. We're keeping possession very well at the back. And there's one thing that I've observed at the moment. No need to rush the game to push it to the Algerians. Just keep possession. Try to make sure you use the left side. If there is no opener, you try to shift it to the left. And we could see Lamine Seydi, that is left foot, dropping deep and getting the ball, then turning away from the Algerian marker and shifting the ball to the right side. Another shift that went to the penalty area, and of course Ibrahima Fofana, the Marimo winger, was in the area to head it down. So we need to keep the ball and keep patient so that we can craft the Algerians open and then try to take our chances.
Try to take the chances for the Gambian side. After 12 minutes, it's Gambia 0, Algeria 0 in the CHAN qualifiers, final round of qualifying. Whoever wins this encounter, there is a return leg in Algeria on the 9th of May. There goes the cross, but there is an interception, a very, very crucial interception there by Bakary Jawara, and then for the Algerians, they will get another corner, because this is their third corner kick. They're benefiting from corner kicks. Bourage is going to take that corner. But that's a disappointing kick there by Bourage. He's only resulted in a goal kick. Lamin Sedi. Lamin Sedi. Makaira Tambedu. Makaira Tambedu. Not that much sense of urgency. Keeping it slow. Now sends a long ball forward. And the Algerians wins back possession. And now the Gambia has the opportunity now to attack. But the goal goes back all the way. Sekou Barrow to Makaira Tambedu. Well, the ball will go all the way to the Algerian goalkeeper, who makes an easy control back to his defense. If you're just joining us, it's the Gambia hosting Algeria for the CHAN Qualifiers final round. An opportunity for the Gambia to qualify for their maiden edition of the CHAN. The CHAN competition is the African Cup of Nations for teams, players who play in their domestic competitions, league players. The competition began in 2009. The current champions are Senegal. The next edition is going to be hosted in 3 countries: Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. That's an East African show. Well, play is resuming on the pitch. Makaira Tambedu. The ball goes out for a throw-in. That should be a disappointing play, Amadou.
Yeah, we need to keep the ball. We need not to be in a haste. Once we are hesitant, we allow the Algerians to come into the game. This is just the first 15 minutes of course, 2 games that we're to play against these Algerians for a place in the tournament proper. So no need to be in a haste. Just take your time, keep the ball, try to navigate spaces and exploit the weakness of the Algerian team and try to find a goal. But the team really needs to be very much calm and composed.
Calm and composure, says Amadou Tamba. And the Algerians gets a ball. But the Gambia defense reacted there. And goalkeeper Lamin Sedi to Sekou Barrow. That's another poor pass. Algeria intercepted. A good pass. He tries to bend the ball, but that's at the end of it, Bell Uchi. Well, Amadou, that's another close effort for the Algerian side.
That is the second shot he's taking on the edge of the penalty area. He's not going to be tired of doing this. He took the first one way wide, second one way wide. He will try the third time. So we should be very much careful and not let him take those shots on the edge of the penalty area.
Algeria getting close as the game progresses. 16 minutes played. It's still the Gambia nil, Algeria nil in the CHAN qualifiers. Beautiful atmosphere here at the Independence Stadium. And it marks the resumption of football after 4 years. March the 25th, 2021. The day that the Gambia qualified to its maiden Africa Cup of Nations for the Cameroon edition. Game happened during the COVID. In fact, there were no fans allowed at the time. It was only journalists, some officials, and the 2 teams. Gambia now in control. That's another poor control, dispossessed. Now the Algeria. Beautiful interchange of play. A long pass, but that wouldn't trouble the Gambia defense. He gets the ball, rolls it back. Sekou Barrow to Makaira Tambedu. Tambedu to Mas Njai. Mas back to Tambedu again, and Tambedu this time around to Lamin Sedikan. and by his nickname Lefo. And now Ibrahima Fofana. But the past wasn't the best of ones. And the Algerian goalkeeper, Ben Bot, easily makes a save on that occasion. Well, both teams are not going for it, Amadou. That's my surprise for the 18 minutes been played so far.
If it stays the way it is, the Algerians will be happy to take it back home for the return leg next Friday. But the Gambia will absolutely try to ensure that we get a goal. And also, we might be a little bit okay if it stays 0-0, because if we go to Algeria and avoid a defeat and try to score a goal, we'll be able to get to the next round. So it's a matter of approaching it carefully between, of course, Alhaji Sarr and the Algerian coach, that is, of course, Bouguera. So it's really going to be a tactical battle and also psychological battle as well, because the players will be thinking what will happen from now against the end of the game.
Hugely important there for the Gambia to get a good result in this game if there are any chances of progressing into the tournament proper. That's a foul and free kick. Algerian player in trouble. Seems to be in pain. And this is the foul. A reverse angle of it. And the player in trouble is Bel Oshini. There you go, the action there. And it's Ibrahima Fofana who tackled him. He's getting some treatment.
Yeah, he's one of those players who is looking very lively and a little bit flashy with his left foot, and he absolutely trying to make sure he does something in the middle together with Buraz and of course Baba. They're these three midfielders who are trying to absolutely do something for the Algerians.
The fans there. Now, the Algerians in control of the ball. Algeria in possession now. They get the ball, still in control. Now Pamodu Sahna, we have not seen much of him in the game. Pamodu, beautiful tricky pass there. And Ibrahima Fofana gets it all the way, but there is no teammate who is close. And now for the Algerians. Algeria in control. Hachimir. The Algerians enjoying possession in the game under no pressure at all, with the Gambia have to do most of the defending. Ball comes in, a beautiful cross, but it goes out for a goal kick. Lamin Seydi. Now the Gambia team trying to find their feet in the game. And now the ball goes to the striker Ibrahima Gueye, and he's been fouled in the possession. Free kick for the Gambia. Free kick for the Gambia. At a very good possession. Ibrahim Gay still in pain. Adama Kante. Adama Kante takes the ball, but it's not the best of free kicks. And now Ibrahim Fofana. Fofana to Masanjai. Fofana again. Algeria. The Algerians now in control. Benadir. Benadir again. And beautiful play there. The player goes down, but the referee is not interested. And now the Gambia defense find themselves in trouble, having to clear the ball. Hamadou Sahna trying to dribble here, but finding it very difficult. And now the Gambia team, ball goes out. Hamadou was standing on ball watching. The ball goes out for a goal kick to Algeria. Hamadou, so far, some glimpses of good play for the Gambia, but it hasn't resulted into anything yet. Hasn't resulted into anything.
Well, I think the Algerian team is trying to keep the Gambia at bay. And then for the Gambia, I think we are really doing well in defense, and creating up top is becoming a problem at the moment. And once we don't get that right, it's going to be very difficult for us to find an opener in this game today against this Algerian side.
It's been tough for both sides to unlock their opponents. And it appears the way things are going, the Algerians will be happy with what they're seeing so far, because they have all to play for in Algeria for the return leg, which is going to be a home game for them. Now the Gambia gets a throw. Bakary Jawara gets it back all the way to the defense. Still finding it difficult to control, and now this time Hamadou Sahna. Hamadou tries to cross, but it's been blocked, and now a quick throw. Hamadou Sahna again. Well, if there is any player who has the potential to unlock the Algeria defense, is Hamadou Sahna. Quick feet, good control of the ball, good on take-ons, and now tries to cross, but it's a corner. On this occasion, Albert Ajoa Gomez. Hamadou, good one. The Gambia gets a corner kick. Is this the first corner kick for the Gambia?
Absolutely, the first corner. It's a good move down the left, and Albert managed to put in a cross which came off the Algerian right back for the Gambia's first corner. Let's try to see how we're going to try to effect this corner kick and try to, of course, get the first goal of the game.
The corner kick for the Gambia, their first of the match after 27 minutes. Adama Kante will take the corner kick. Pushing and shoving in the penalty area, and the referee Mohamed Atoumani from Comoros trying to at least bring calm in the box. Adama Kante's corner kick. The Algeria goalkeeper comes out but misses, and now the Gambia gets a throw, a quick throw all the way back, and this time it's Lamin Sedikan. Sedikan to Amadou Kante. Adama Kante rather. Lamin Sedikan. The pass is not good, it's been intercepted. Header from Sekou Barrow. Now to Albert Agua Gomez. Ball goes out after Ibrahim Fofana tries to get something out of it. Lamin Sedikan. Gambia having some sustained spell of possession. But still can't break this Algerian team. Brilliant play, Lamin Sedikan. Sedikan out there. But Ibrahim Gay couldn't keep it in play, and it resulted into a free kick to the Algerians. Algeria gets a free kick. If you're just joining us, this is the African Nations Championship qualifiers here at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. Wherever you're watching us from around the world, I am Mamadou Gajaga, and my co-commentator and match analyst is Amadou Tamba. After half an hour of football, it's still 0-0 between the Gambia and Algeria. This marks the return of football here at the Independence Stadium after 4 years. And now Algeria in a dangerous position in the box. He tries to turn, but there is a swarm of Gambian defenders. Lamin Sedikan now in possession. That's a good turn on the pass. Hamoudou Sohna wins a foul. And in pain as well. Amadou, what have you seen so far? It's half an hour played.
They're not letting him get involved in the game. I don't know whether they've done their homework to identify Hamoudou Sohna as one of the dangerous players from the Gambian side. But he's absolutely doing very good whenever he gets on the ball. At least he has suffered a couple of fouls in the center of the pitch. And I think Gambia, we're doing very well in defense and midfield, but we are finding it difficult to click in the final third. And once we don't click in the final third, it becomes difficult to create opportunities. Now you can see, of course, Ibrahim Gay dropping deep to ensure that he gets the ball. So Hamoudou Sohna and Lamin Sedikan should try to ensure they feed Ibrahim Gay for us to be able to get something in the final third.
That's proving to be difficult so far in the game. Lamin Sedikan seems to get very close towards the back line rather than going up front a little bit. He's so deep, and there goes that awkward ball which the Algerian goalkeeper Ben Bot makes a save. He has to get his positioning and timing right. Algeria under no pressure at all. Play from the back, knowing that there is no high press. Ibrahim Gay trying to be the only player pressing. And now for Algeria, Benayada. Ball back into the defense. Benayada. Algeria now with the opportunity, but it's an offside. He was in an offside position. Goalkeeper Lamin Sedi. He rolls it. Now Sekou Barrow. His captain, Lamin Sedi. Lamin Sedikan. Now Pamodu Sohna. Good successful dribble there. Takes a shot, but that would also roll out for a goal kick to Algeria. There goes the reverse angle of that shot. Now Algeria. He was able to turn, gets across, but goalkeeper Lamin Seydi was there. Amadou, that was a very good ball being crossed into the box.
It's still the same player, Bel Hoshini, the Constantine midfielder, who is trying to craft something for the Algerian side. Right now, I think he's the danger man for the Algerian team. And once he gets on the ball, I think we need to close him down as quick as possible.
If you're just joining us, this is the CHAN qualifiers. Gambia, Algeria marks the return of football at the Independence Stadium. After 4 years of waiting, inspections done, stadium renovation being assessed, and now temporarily the Gambia has the opportunity to fix things right and get back to play. And this is the first game of that trial. And eventually, all Gambians will be hoping that the full stadium is giving full approval. Algeria with a long ball there, and the Gambia, Lamin Seydi Khan. Seydi Khan looking for options, and Gay controls, but again, he's still not fully in control of the ball. Pamodu Sohna trying to be free kick there, eventually wins a free kick. And Ibrahim Gay was trying something here, but couldn't get full control of the ball. Sekou Baro in the defense. The ball goes out there, and now Adama Kante has the opportunity. Oh, the shot went flashes wide. But that was a very good position and a good opportunity to test the goalkeeper. That is exactly what he was trying to do, but couldn't get it right, Amadou.
He's good taking shots outside the penalty area. He scored a very magnificent goal, a stunner for that matter, against Sierra Leone at the Under-20 WAFU Championship in Senegal. So he's a very good player who can score from distance. Not a problem seeing him taking shots from that position. So he decided to take one. He has to ensure that he keeps doing that, and possibly he might get one out of that.
Absolutely. You don't have many of the players who can take shots outside the box and get it accurately or get something out of it. Adama Kante is one of the players who can make a difference with long-range shots. He tried one there, but that wasn't a good one. Algeria, Gezela. Header. Now control. Good exchange of play. And the Gambians would watch that for a throw. Quick one taking. Sekou Baro to Albert Agua Gomez. Albert back to Sekou Baro. Lamin Seydi Khan. Appears to get that pass wrong for an Algeria throw. It's 0-0 after 38 minutes. in this CHAN qualifiers. The Gambia looking for their first opportunity to make it to the CHAN competition proper since it was first introduced by CAF in 2009. 3 countries will host it: Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. Gambia almost in trouble there, but Adama Kante wins a foul, and it's going to be a free kick for the Gambia. Bakari Jawara, the fortune player, Lamin Sedikan. The ball goes out for a goal kick to Algeria. The Algerians are under no pressure at all. As far as this game is concerned, Gambia playing home should have been something completely different.
Well, we want to win this game, and the Algerians also will not undermine Gambia. I am sure that they have watched Gambia play against Gabon in the first preliminary, and of course they will respect the Gambia. Yeah, they have a professional league. Their league is much more stronger than ours, but they should know that individually we have good players and we can put up a good team that can come and fight against them. Huh?
I mean, Sedikanda. He rolls it. A good ball. Adama Kante. Kante. And now Ibrahim Gay has the opportunity to connect the ball for a header, but the Algerian goalkeeper reacted quickly. Ben Bot. That could have been easily 1-0 Amadou Tamba.
Well, absolutely. Ibrahim Gay needs service, and once you feed him with the ball, he can be able to create something for the Gambia, and if he gets an opportunity, he will absolutely try to put it into the back of the net. And this Algerian goalkeeper, Oussama Ben Bot, is an experienced goalkeeper. He was one of the players who has been called up to Vladimir Petkovic's senior team, so he's absolutely very experienced. But let's feed the striker. He will be able to get something.
Corner for the Gambia. It comes in, but been headed from danger by the Algerians. You get it? In Algeria, good connection of passes going forward. Now looking for an opportunity to get an opening, while the Gambians regrouped and cleared the ball out of trouble. But again, Algeria on the left-hand side gets the cross. He's trying to connect to his teammate Adama Kante. He easily controlled that one. And now the Gambia wins a throw. Ibrahim Fofana there. And a quick throw. Albert Ajua Gomez to Lamin Sedikan. Sedikan to Mas Njai. Now Pamodu Sohna. All the way back. And now a cross comes in. Can a player connect to it? Yes, Bakari Jawara, another cross. Long one. Ibrahim Gay couldn't get a good touch of the ball. And now it goes all the way to Lamin Sedikan. Sekou Paro. Lamin Sedikan now. Wins another corner. Ibrahim Fofana. It's another corner kick for the Gambia. Amadou, good spell of possession there.
Absolutely, we are doing very well right now, going forward and crafting opportunities, and we need to try and ensure that we tick the right box in the final third. This is our third corner of the game, and Adama needs to try and pick out a teammate in the penalty area, and let's try to get the lead going into the break.
A good time, just a minute before the break, plus added on time. Adama Kante, can he create something special? A header, but another player couldn't connect to it, but still Gambia in possession. Pamodu Sahna rolls the ball all the way. Adama Kante, long ball again, and now Pamodu Sahna. Can he get something out here? Pamodu, but it's been blocked. A good ball, but the Algeria goalkeeper, Ben Boat, tried to punch the ball away. And now a header. But Ibrahim Gay couldn't connect it very well. Another close effort. Amadou Tamba.
Good pressure from the Gambia, and as things stand, it looks like we need to get Pamodu Sahna involved more. The BST Galaxy forward is an absolute brilliant player, and he's very tricky. He's a player who can do something for the Gambia whenever he's on the ball. And now you could see the ball switching from the left to the right side and coming back into the penalty area as well. So get Pamodu Sahna more involved, and he can do something.
Pamodu Sahna is one of the best players. Had some moments in recent years, played in Morocco for FUS Rabat, came back to the Gambia, now plays for BST Galaxy. 2 minutes of extra time. We're almost close to a minute into extra time. He's going to go into the book of the referee. Algerians. Bolbina is being booked for simulation, and that's Pamodu Sahna's earlier cross there. Bolbina of Algeria being booked there by the referee.
He's currently the top scorer in the Algerian league, and he might be frustrated that he's being kept at bay for the entire 45 minutes. He's an absolute brilliant player, Adil Bolbina.
Yes, Bolbina has been a fantastic striker then in the Algerian league. Like Amadou said, we're almost getting to the closing stages of the first half, deep into 2 minutes extra time. Almost over. There goes the first half whistle. It's the Gambia nil, Algeria nil in the CHAN qualifiers. This is an opportunity for the Gambia to qualify to their maiden edition of the CHAN since the competition began in 2009. And now the players will go into their various dressing rooms. The coaches try to fix things which are not right for the first half. Amadou, football has returned to the stadium. What's your assessment of the first half between the Gambia and Algeria in the CHAN qualifiers?
Well, I think it's been a good first half from both sides, both teams approaching the game carefully. Gambia started, of course, building possession from the back and then to the center of the field, but finding it very difficult in the final third, in the first 20-25 minutes. But in the latter stages of the first half, we could see the team putting up together passes and getting the ball into the Algerian half. And again, of course, what was missing to me, I think, was the linkage between the midfield and the strikers. Because Pamodu Sohna, you could count how many balls he played through to his PST Galaxy teammate Ibrahim Gay. And also Lamin Sedikan tends to be sitting deep in midfield, closer to the defenders, than going forward and trying to forge a partnership with Ibrahim Gay and the wingers in Adama Kante, and of course the Marimo winger in Ibrahim Fofana. So as things stand in the second half, Alaji Sarr could turn to the bench. He has absolutely very good players on the bench who can come on and change the context of this game. The experience of Gaira Juf, the Fortune forward, the experience of Seni Bujang, the Brikama United forward, the experience of Ibu Sanyang, the Fortune midfielder, the experience of Amadou Nyasi, the Greater Tomorrow midfielder. So we have absolutely very, very good players on the bench that can step into this game and change the context in the second half, because we need the service to the strikers. Some of the players like Ibu Sanyang, Amadou Nyasi can give the service to the strikers, and we have some of the strikers on the bench like Seni Bujang and Gaira Juf who can come on, and once they get the service can be able to at least find a goal or two for the Gambia. So good first half. We expect the second half to be a much more better second half for the Gambia. If we can't break them, we have players on the bench that can come on and break the Algerian side. The Algerians are very comfortable, and for them, if it is a goalless draw, they will be very happy to take it back to Algeria for the return leg. Whilst if it is a goalless draw, it will not be so bad for Gambia, but we definitely have to try and ensure that we get the goal and win this game here in Banjul.
That's Amadou Tambas there, first half analysis, and which is going to take us to the close of proceedings here in the first half, and we will bring you more updates and details of this game as you join us in the second half for commentary. Back to you. Welcome to the second half of these CHAN qualifiers between the Gambia and Algeria. Here at the Independence Stadium, the return of competitive football for the Gambia, chasing a qualification spot for the CHAN for the very first time. Algeria were finalists in the last edition, where Senegal was the team that beat them in the penalty shootout, the current champions. The next edition, though, is going to be later this year in December, and it will be hosted by 3 East African countries: Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Joining me here at the stadium for the commentary and the match analysis is Amadou Tamba. Amadou, we are about to go in for the second half.
Thank you very much, Gajaga. And I think right now we have a very, very interesting 45 minutes where the Gambia needs to try and get a goal and avoid conceding. If the players on the pitch will find it very difficult to craft out chances and put the ball into the back of the net, we have players on the bench who can absolutely get the goals for us. As I indicated earlier on before the halftime break, 2 top strikers on the bench who are absolutely very good. Gaira Juf and Seni Bojang, very good strikers with experience, and I think once they are sent onto the pitch, they'll be able to do us good. Midfield-wise, when it comes to creativity, we have not seen most of the balls played forward to the strikers and the wingers as well. So we have Ibu Sanyang and Amadou Nyasi, who are also absolute brilliant passers of the ball. So that is what we need now. We need a creator. Yes, Pamodu Sohna is absolutely a brilliant player. He's trying to do something for the Gambia. He's trying to make something happen, but it has not happened in the first half. So we see what he will do in the second period. And then we have other players as well on the bench who can come on and do something for the Gambia, because this set of players know that they are absolutely on the verge of making history, because there was a sort of group of players who qualified the Gambia to our first ever AFCON, and these players will also be dreaming at the moment to say, hey, look, we can be this first set of players to qualify the Gambia to our first ever CHAN competition, and that will be historic.
There goes the start of the second half, and the Gambia starts proceedings from the back, currently in possession of the ball, and they would want to get something out of this game, because it's a huge opportunity. Like my colleague Amadou Tamba said, they would want to make history by being the first group of players to qualify the Gambia to the CHAN competition, which is an Africa Cup of Nations for home-based players, players who play in their domestic leagues. That is why you have players from Fortune, players from Real de Banjul, players from TMT, and players from other clubs in the Gambia, rather than having players who play in Sweden, Denmark, or even in the English Premier League. This is not a competition for them. This is a competition for players who play in their domestic leagues. Algeria now inside the box, gets a push, but goalkeeper Lamin Seydi come off his line and clears. And now the Gambia team, Pamodu Sohna, the player who is one of the most brilliant in this team, gets control of the ball. And now Lamin Seydi, a good pass to Adama Kante, Pamodu Sohna. Now to Mas Njai. Well, for Ibrahima Gueye, he couldn't control the ball, loses possession, and now Algeria has the opportunity to attack. Beautiful interchange of play. Well, the Algerian players would be very happy with the way the match is going, of course. As long as it stays 0-0, getting into the return leg, they will fancy their chances as the strong favorites to progress to the African Nations Championship, CHAN, as this competition is known. If you're just joining us from wherever you are watching from around the world, We're bringing you this African Nations Championship qualifiers between the Gambia and Algeria. It's the last round of qualifiers. In the first round, the Gambia knocked out Gabon on penalties, following a 0-0 draw in the first leg, and the return leg in Gabon also ended 0-0, even though Gabon got a penalty which they didn't score. And now in the post-match penalty shootout, the Gambia emerged victorious, getting into the second leg. Now Algeria gets a throw. Bakary Jawara to Adama Kante, and it's a push. The referee gives a foul free kick for the Gambia. Very close to the Algerian area. Beautiful pictures, aerial footage of Macau environs. Now onto the pitch. Free kick quickly taking. Ibrahim Gay was nearly in trouble there. Now the Gambia. Sekou Baro. Lamin Sedikan. Pamodu Sahna. Trying to twist and turn and gets a throw in there. Bakary Jawara, the fortune right back, gets a throw to Ibrahima. Now in the box, Lamin Sedikan is trying to connect. Teammate there. Pamodu Sahna is claiming to have been fouled, but the referee is not interested. For now, it's the Algerians who go forward. But brilliant defending there by the Gambia's Albert Agoa Gomez. Tries to go for the wrong ball, but the Algerian defense is composed and easily gets that ball. Now Algeria with an opportunity to attack. Benayada gets across and it's a header. Lamin Sedi was equal to it. Amadou, after playing 5 minutes in the second half, we're almost back to square one from the way it was in the first half.
Yeah, both teams are still trying to figure out which way to attack and get themselves the opening goal here. We can see the Algerians floating in the high ball from the right, and Mahius, the CR Belouizdad forward, leaping high there and nodding it. But Lamin Sedikan is always on point as he just catches that one with ease. And now we try to close them down, because in the first half it was Bel Hoshini, the Constantine midfielder, who was trying to do something. Now we can see Adil Pulpina, who is also cutting in. He's on the ball at the moment, trying to make something happen on the near side. But I think the Gambians are reading him very well, especially Bakary Jawara, one of the players who has played for the under-20, under-23, and now here with the Chan team. Is an absolute brilliant right fullback.
Now the Gambia team trying to win the midfield battle, but it's not possible. Algeria in control, trying an attack, going forward. Algeria through Benayada, but the ball goes out for a throw-in to the Gambia. Albert Agoa Gomez. Albert to Sekou Baro. Sekou to Makaira Tambedu. And now Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu to Adama Kante. Adama controls. And now to Pamodu Sahna. Can he make something here? Pamodu crosses, but Ibrahima Gueye couldn't connect to the ball. That was a very, very flashy shot in the box. And you almost think that a player is going to connect to it. And the closest player to the ball was Ibrahima Gueye. But unfortunately, he couldn't connect to the ball. Amadou, what a chance.
Yeah, good ball in. The goalkeeper was expecting it at the far side. So head on to that one, absolutely it's going in. Because if Ibrahima Gueye was able to connect with that one, it's absolutely going straight to the force post. And of course, it will beat the Algerian keeper in Osama Benbot, the USM Alga goalkeeper. He's an absolute experienced goalkeeper. But if Gueye got his head onto that Pamodu Sahna ball in, Gambia could have been 1-0.
Ibu Sanyang is being lined up for substitution. He's a midfielder for Fortune. Has a brilliant, brilliant feat and playing fantastic football in the league. And now, goalkeeper Lamin Saidi, the team captain, to his defense, Makara Tambedu. Adama Kante loses possession. And for the Algerians, Bolbina, one of their danger players, for the ball back into the defense. Gazella. And Algeria gets a throw. Algeria gets a throw. Benayada. Bakary Jawara heads the ball to a corner. Amadou, he has the opportunity to head it for a throw. But now he puts his team in trouble.
At first, he didn't scan the area to know what is behind him, and his teammates also didn't communicate to him as to what he needs to do there. So to be sore and be safe is just nodding the ball behind for a corner and ready to defend. I think there was a lapse in communication there.
Lapse in communication, and Algeria gets a free kick. Bolbina. Lamin Sedi Pares. And now a clearance from the Gambia defense. Algeria quickly wins back possession. The longer the game continues like this, the visitors, Algeria, will be happy with what they're seeing in terms of the results and even the pattern of play. They've not been under intense pressure in terms of chances. Pamodu Sahna to Bakary Jawara. Bakary now to Pamodu Sahna again. Pamodu gives it back to Bakary. Bakary crosses. Can there be a header? Adama Kante, oh my God, what's an opportunity he missed. He should have hit the target. That was a golden chance. The best opportunity been created by the Gambia so far in the game.
Absolutely the best chance of the game. Adama Kante, he's a very fine player, but there he needed not to go with power. Needed not to take his time and just put that one into the bottom corner, because the goalkeeper was expecting that it's going up. And Adama needed just to keep his calm and be composed enough to just tap into the back of the net. That would have been a simple goal, but he decided to go for power. We take the ball over the crossbar. That should have been 1-0 Gambia.
Well, golden opportunity missed there for the Gambia by Adama Kante after a well worked out cross there by Bakary Jawara, and beautiful interchange of play with Ibu Sanyang comes in for Lamin Sedik and Lefo.
Good change. I think we need to be very, very, of course, industrious going forward and trying to create the chances there. I said this at the beginning of the first half that Lamin Sedikan was a little bit closer to the defense than pushing further up the pitch.
And Pamodu Sahna tries to get into the box. Ibu Sanyang gets a chance, but his shot goes all the way wide. He's definitely frustrated and disappointed in himself. His reaction definitely shows that when you come close to goal. Let's look at it again. There you go, Amadou. That was another opportunity where he could have hit the target.
A hungry player, very visionary. He was a league winner with Fortune, and a midfielder who is absolutely very good in goal scoring. He has goals in himself. The last time Fortune traveled to Soma in their league tie against Hearts, he scored a couple. So he's a midfielder with goals and a midfielder who is absolutely good in taking the team forward. And we will not be surprised to see him more on the ball, and here he is.
Now the Gambia team, Adam Kante to Bakari Jawara. And now Ibu Sanyang, who comes in newly. A pass wasn't a good one, being intercepted. And Algeria. Mehba. Algerians. Ibrahim Gay tries to press. And now Gambia in possession. Good cross. Ibu Sanyang. Bakari Jawara. Now Adama Kante. Adama was trying to connect to Ibrahim Gay, but Ibrahim was a little bit slow in his reaction and couldn't connect to the ball. Another disappointing one. Now getting close, but eventually the execution.
Yeah, I think we've seen an hour of Ibrahim Gay, and to me, right now, absolutely, I think Seni Bojang and Gaira Juf, we need their experience at the moment. Ibrahim Gay is an absolute brilliant striker for BST Galaxy. He has not been getting the supplies and the full staff, but with the inclusion of Ibu Sanyang, and we've seen Pamodu Sohna clicking more, I think he will get the services. But to me, I think before the end of the game, I think the experience of Gaira Juf and Seni Bojang can do us good.
Yes, that's experience there for Pamodu Sohna. Was looking for a foul. The referee says, get up and play. Seni Bojang is the Brikama United striker. Got a couple of goals as captain of the team. Gaira Juf also fast, explosive going forward. Ibu Sanyang. Now across. Well, Algeria have to play it safe here. He doesn't know the player behind him, and it's a corner kick for the Gambia. Pamodu Sahna. This is his earlier move, which resulted into an Ibu Sanyang powerful shot. Corner kick also eventually didn't produce the desired results. Algeria lose possession, and now this time is Masanjai. Bakari Jawara to Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu loses possession. Algeria will be in no hurry. They're not under any intense pressure, because they're playing away. They know there's going to be a return leg. As long as this scoreline stays 0-0, they would be the happier side, of course. There is no doubt about that. This is the CHAN qualifiers, second and final round of qualifiers for this competition, meant for domestic players playing in their leagues in their various countries. Now Algeria. Can they unlock the Gambia defense here? Beautiful interchange of play. Now Adama Kante to Ibu Sanyang. Ibu Sanyang rolls it for Pamodu Sohna. Pamodu Sohna, yes, gives possession, and now to Ibrahima Gay, the striker. Ibrahima to Ibu Sanyang. Ibu Sanyang, Pamodu Sohna. Pamodu. Now Pamodu decided to pass the ball. Algeria return at the back in numbers. Cross, but it goes out for a corner kick. A good corner, Amadou.
Yeah, absolutely good corner. You can see the patience of the team keeping the ball in midfield, and a quick interchange of passes between Pamodu Sohna and of course Ibu Sanyang, and moving towards the edge of the Algerian penalty area. And Pamodu Sohna was trying to set himself up to take a shot, but he's not in a better position to shoot. So he decided to switch it to the left side, where we see the Falcons defender Albert, who was trying to put in a cross, and it resulted in a corner. So the team needs to be very patient, not to lose the ball quickly, and in trying to do such, we'll be able to get something out of this side.
Substitution for Algeria. Bukarachi comes in for Belhoshini. And corner for the Gambia. Header, but that's out for a goal kick. Algeria trying to bring in fresh legs after 64 minutes. A beautiful atmosphere here at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. The return of football after Gambian fans endured the long wait, 4 years, without watching their teams play, whether it's the junior categories or the senior national team. And today is the local national team. And as a cross, and the header goes out. Mayosh with the header, but couldn't get the target. Bakari Jawara. Adama Kante, Bakari Jawara again. And now to Mas Njai. Mas to Albert. Ajwa Gomez. Primo Fofana losing possession there. And now the Gambia gets the ball, but foul on Mas Njai. Free kick for the Gambia. Free kick from a long distance. Ibu Sanyang tries to, and it's a corner for the Gambia. They can't make the best use of the opportunities that they get in terms of corners. It's either the corner kick is taken poorly, or it's going to be a double substitution for the Gambia. Ibrahima Gay is going to be substituted for Musa Cisse up front. And then Seni Bojang, the Brikama United captain, goes in for Ibrahim Fofana. Adama Kante takes the corner for the Gambia. A header was in powerful and didn't hit the target. Throw for the Algerian side, who are not in a hurry at all, because the scoreline is still in their favor, knowing that there is going to be a return leg in 6 days' time in Algeria. Amadou, substitutions made, 2 of them. What do you make of them?
Yeah, first the Algerian substitution, Bouker Haoui came on in the 64th minute, replacing Bel Hoshini. Of course, Majid Bouguera is trying to play careful here. He withdrew a forward player for a defender. So he's trying to make sure if he doesn't score, let him not concede. Whilst in Alaji Sarr, we've seen him withdraw Ibrahim Fofana and Ibrahim Gay for Seni Bojang and Musa Cisse. Seni Bojang and Musa Cisse are both of them are strikers. And of course, Seni can play at the side of the wings. So he's adding more firepower up front, and with the fresh legs of Seni and Musa, coupled with Ibrahim Sanyang Torres, who is trying to make sure he creates something for the Gambia. Well, we are hopeful if the midfielders can still click and try to play more forward passes. Once Seni or Musa, who are coming on at the moment, can get an up now, we are very much certain that they will try to take their chances.
Opportunity for the Gambia to unlock the Algeria defense with the substitutions. And now Ibu Sanyang. Ibu Sanyang almost in trouble there, but he came out of that. Mas Njai, good turn. And Bakari Jawara to Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu tries to go inside, but that's a poor control eventually. And he's been blocked off by the Algerian defense. A goal kick for Algeria. Algeria. Sekou Barrow with a clearance. He doesn't want to take any chances there. Algerians in possession. Sekou Barrow. Ibu Sanyang. Well, the pass didn't get to the intended player, Pamodu Sahna, but won the 50-50 battle. Adama Kante, Mas Njai, Ibu Sanyang. Now for the new entrant, well, a goalkeeper almost in trouble there as the Algeria defender heads the ball back, almost going direction of the net. Amadou.
Well, it was a very good forward pass from Ibu Sanyang, and good run there by Musa Cisse. And of course, the Algerians were very much hesitant at the moment, and the defender needed to head the ball behind the goal for a Gambian corner. And the Gambia still pushing. You can see we are very comfortable in possession. Now, what is lacking is just to put in that final pass and get somebody on the end of that pass and try to find the back of the net.
Somebody. And the final pass, well, Ibu Sanyang Trying to get Adam Akante connected there. That's a poor pass. Mas Njai, the player who loses the position, tries to recover quickly. But now the Algerians going forward. Good interception there. And now Musa Cisse chasing the Algeria defense, put him under pressure. The clearance came in perfectly. And there goes Algeria having the opportunity, but the ball, he still kept it in play. Maouche crosses, but the ball again a cross, but the poor one, it goes out. And the Gambia gets a goal kick. Kaira Tambedu. Algeria, as I've been saying earlier, not under any pressure. Or is it because of the weather also that they're not fast as they would love to be? But still, good control. Good forward pass. Bakary Jawara. The ball headed out. And a clearance by Albert Joao Gomez. Wins possession. And Algeria now putting the Gambia under pressure. A good shot. And now for the Gambia, Kaira Tambedu. Adam Akante. Poor. Adam Akante runs all the way back. As he loses possession, try to win back possession. Sekou Baro, Lamin Seydi, and now to Bakary Tambedu, Bakary Jawara, Pamodu Sohna, he's out jumped. And now Algeria, offside. Assistant raised his flag and says you are in an offside position. Bakary Jawara to Ibu Sanyang. I have under 14 minutes plus whatever the referee is going to add. Ibu Sanyang tried to connect to Bakary Jawara, but the ball has gone for a throw-in to Algeria. It's the Chan Qualifiers, the African Nations Championship. Last round of qualifiers for the Gambia and Algeria. There's going to be a return leg in 9 days' time in Algeria. Mas Njai. He tries to get the ball to Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu now to Mas Njai. Ibu Sanyang gets the ball, but Algeria defended well. Bakari Jawara. Another substitution. Bakene is going to come in for Balbina. Bakken comes in for Balbina. There's a player, Adam Akante is injured, but he's off the pitch. Let's see. Needs medical attention. Algerian bench. It's a throw for the Gambia. So Gambia reduced to 10 men as Adam Akante is injured and it's going to be treated outside. One of the team's physios is indicating to the coach that there needs to be a substitution. Ibu Sanyang. Back heel pass. Goes out for a throw-in. It's a foul at Makara Tambedu. In Algeria, Dani, the captain. And Gazella, Ibu Kante, or rather Ibu Sanyang rather. Some of the players who have been substituted barely make their mark so far in the game.
Absolutely. They also came in the second period and trying to get themselves into the game, but it's been difficult. And looking at the Gambia, we're keeping possession and trying to figure out a way to play that penetrating pass. But still, I think we're still missing that killer pass in between of course, Algerian defense. Mohamed Amin Madani, the JS Kabylie central defender, who is the captain for the Algerian side, and Ghazala, the MC Alga defender, are not having a lot of torrid time in the center of the Algerian defense. So unless we keep pressurizing them and playing those quick passes in between them, it's going to be a game that they feel like, okay, we can keep a clean sheet here and go back to Algeria and try to see how we can get a result against this Gambian side. We need to be playing more of the forward passes, but that has not been forthcoming since when Ibu Sanyang came in the first 5-10 minutes. We saw him trying to do something like that, but now it has absolutely gone down as well.
Well, Gambia must find something here for the 8 minutes or so that is left, plus added on time in this game, if there are chances of qualification for the CHAN competition are any realistic. Adama Kante injured, has to be substituted. And then Ibu Kamara would come in place of Adama Kante. Deeply frustrated. Ibu Kamara coming in for Adama Kante. Adama injured. Algeria corner. Clearance, but it's going to be a throw for Algeria.
Alaji Yassar is also trying to play careful because Adama Kante is a forward and he's injured, hobbling off. He sent on Ibu Kamara of TMT, formerly of Wabanjul. He's a right fullback, so you could see him and Bakary Jawara on the right side of the Gambia's defense in trying to close down the Algerians. So we have attacking players on the bench, but with just 7 minutes or so to the end of the game, he's also saying, look, if I don't score, let me not concede at home.
Well, absolutely. That's the cautious approach to a football game. Pamodu Sahna wins a foul, free kick. He tries to be very lively in the game with some dribbles and tricky play. Bakary Jawara, Mas Njai, Ibu Sanyang, now to Albert. Well, a swarm. The Algerians, Seni Bojang, but loses possession, and now Ibu Sanyang to Mas Njai, and now to Bakary Jawara. Bakary to the new entrant, Ibu Kamara. Bakary Tambedu now to Ibu Sanyang. Albatu, Seni Bojang. Seni tries to get something calling the attention of the referee, but the referee is not interested. Clearance by the Algerians. Header, Mas Njai, Ibu Sanyang. He gets the ball. Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu gets the shot, but it's been blocked. But the referee spotted something, a handball, or the player is injured. Well, that was good interchange of play.
Absolutely. Possession-wise, I think we dominated the Algerians, but we couldn't turn our possession into chances and goals in this game. Seni Bojang has been doing well in the left side of the Gambia's attack. Ibu Sanyang and of course Albert, who is a central defender, has been playing as a centre-back in the league for Falcons, but absolutely a left-footed centre-back, and he's very, very comfortable playing today as the left-back for the Gambia. And another player who has absolutely stood up today is Mas Njai, the Hawks midfielder with the number 16. He has picked up the pieces in midfield and has connected the defense and midfield today. He's an absolute workaholic. And now Pamodu Sahna was also setting himself up there to try and take a shot. The shot was blocked down by the Algerian captain Madani. Absolutely, I think the only thing missing in this game today is the big chances and of course taking them. I think the best chance that we had in the game is Adam Akante's shot over the top. That was a very glorious chance that we should have capitalized.
Yes, Adam Akante's chance was a good opportunity for the Gambia. And Gambia gets a foul there. Sekou Barrow. Can the Gambia nick in a goal here as we edge closer and closer towards the end of this game? Pamoudou Sohna gets the ball where he wanted it, crosses. Musa Cisse couldn't connect to the ball. If he had connected to the ball, but not in that kind of way. Well, that's a 50-50 challenge, but eventually there was a push and against the foul.
He's a league winner with Real de Banjul, Makaira Tambedu, an absolute no-nonsense centre-back. He's been very, very brilliant for the Gambia today, safeguarding his goalkeeper in Lamin Saidi. They both play for Real de Banjul and currently leading the table. You could see he's absolutely making sure that the Algerian player feel the presence of a centre-back, and that was absolutely a very good one from Makaira.
Long shot. Ball goes out for a goal kick. And the Gambia captain has some words with his teammates. Can they salvage something in this game by getting a last-ditch attempt in terms of opportunity? Crosses, but comfortably for a Ben Bot. Like Amadou said, experienced goalkeeper, that wouldn't trouble him.
Absolutely, that wouldn't trouble him. He's experienced and he has done very well in the Algerian league for USM Alga, and that prompted the Algerian national team coach to invite him to be part of the Algerian team previously. So he's a very experienced goalkeeper, and also his captain in Mohamed Amin Madani is also another experienced centre-back for the Algerian side. He plays for a top club in JS Kabylie in the Algerian league. So they have top players playing in this team, and looking at the pedigree of this Algerian team and the league that they're coming here and being absolutely played like this by the Gambian team, players who are playing in an amateur league, tells you that absolutely these boys have put up a very good performance for the Gambia today. So Algeria will be happy with this draw at the moment, but Gambia also need not to be kicking at themselves, because it's absolutely a goalless draw and anything can happen in Algeria.
Yes, there you go. An Algeria player injured, halted, but a substitution have been sown already. Rather, added time, 4 minutes. But it appears Algeria are not done with their substitutions. Another player is going to be in, most especially for the injured. Lamin Saidi easily gets that ball. Bakari Jawara to Ibu Kamara. Ibu loses position. Still, the Gambia haven't cleared danger, but eventually it's gone. And throw for the Algeria. Algeria have their substitution. Dirawi. Played 2 minutes of the 4 minutes added on. Goalkeeper Ben Both with a long clearance. Well, for the Algerian side, the more the clock ticks down and this game ends in a 0-0 draw, they would a header which is rolling out, and the goalkeeper has some tricky, funny play. The goalkeeper played 3 minutes of the 4 minutes added on time. Well, Algeria will do everything possible to ensure they defend this last 60 seconds. In fact, they're in possession of the ball. He tries to dribble, but it's been blocked. A clearance. Ibu Sanyang pushes. Couldn't control the ball, and now the Algerians are in possession. Gets the ball. Ibu Sanyang. Pass. Is that a good opportunity? Pamodu Sahna. Pamodu Sahna turns. And he gets a free kick. Free kick at a very good position. That will no doubt be the last kick of the game. Who is going to take this free kick at a very good position for the Gambia? Can it result into a goal? Ibu Sanyang also gets close to Pamodu Sahna. Gambia gets a free kick. And the final second of the game, Pamodu Sahna, a very poor kick. He's trying to connect a teammate. And I think any moment from now, the referee will blow the final whistle. And then the final whistle has already gone. Full time, Gambia 0, Algeria 0. And the first leg of this final round of qualifying for the CHAN, the African Nations Championship, the return leg on the 9th of May in Algeria. Amadou, what a game that we've watched, but no goals.
Very good game, minimal chances and a goalless scoreline. Not a bad one for either side, but I think we could have capitalized on the final free kick that we have in the dying seconds of the game. I think when Pamodu Sahna positioned the ball, Ibu Sanyang came to him. I mean, they should have communicated. Ibu should have absolutely known what exactly was going through Pamodu's head. It was like, come on Sahna, what do you intend to do? And he should have communicated to him that this is what I want to do, and Ibu should have sent the message to the box as to what Pamodu Sahna is going to do. That was a good ball in, but nobody get to the end of the ball, and it could have been a very good chance for us to try and get the win in the final seconds of the game. But these are all details that I think the coaches will look up to and try to figure out when we get to the return leg. But absolutely, it's been a good game possession-wise. Not so impressive when it comes to the creation in front of goal, because the only big chance that we had was Adam Akante's shot over the crossbar. Aside from that, we have not crafted any opportunity. But possession-wise, we have been very good. Defensively, there is stability in midfield. Mas Njai has pulled up the strings very well in the middle. Of course, Lamin Sedik and Lefu has seen most of the ball, but he has not done that decisive passes forward. Adam Akante, Pamodu Sahna has been trickery. He's been the player who has taken the Gambia forward, creating chances for the team. Of course, the other winger in Ibrahim Fofana, the Marimo winger, was also doing well. Ibrahim Gay, the BSD Galaxy striker, played a part. And then looking at this game, I think it is not a bad result. 0-0, we go into Algeria. And when we go to Algeria, Algeria will also be under pressure, because they know if Gambia scores first, that means they have to score twice. They will be in trouble. And look, history-wise, in the last qualifier, the gods of football has smiled at us, and we hope that the gods of football will smile at us when we go to Algeria, because we played the first leg against Gabon in Senegal. It was 0-0. We traveled to Gabon 0-0, and we went to penalty shootout and won. Anything can happen in Algeria. Let the boys stay focused. The authorities should give them the necessary support and motivation going into the return leg in Algeria, and they should try to make sure nothing is lost yet. Take the game to the Algerians, and anything can happen. And some of the injured players that we have, Sekou Jata Kazola has been injured. Of course, we also not seen Kaira Diouf involved today. I know he might be nursing one or two minor injuries or so, and there were some of the players who could not also make the final match day squad today due to injuries or so. But in a nutshell, it has been a good game. Let's improve on the finishing. We go to Algeria, create chances and take our chances, and possibly we might get to the CHAN tournament in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania in August this year.
Amadou, when it comes to the atmosphere, the game, yes, ended 0-0, and we expected a lot of people to come out to watch this game here at the Independence Stadium in Bakau, because it marks the beginning of competitive football since the 25th of March 2021, 4 years running, but the turnout has been disappointing.
Yeah, the turnout has been disappointing, absolutely. One will say the tickets are high or so, but the ticket price announced before, there has been a revised ticketing, and the price were reduced, but still there has been complaints here and there that the tickets are absolutely expensive. That could be a contributing, that is a contributing factor in the low turnout today. Secondly, I think Gambians now needs to own up. Even our league, the turnout has not been good. There are a few games that you see very good turnouts, but you go to certain games, you will wonder whether it's a fourth division game. So I think, to me, yes, the tickets contributed, but also the low turnout in the league has reflected here today, because these are players who are playing in the league and they're playing in this CHAN qualifiers. So it's the same thing. If it is a Scorpion game, the game where you will have Yankuba Mintas and the likes who are playing in Europe coming to play here, I absolutely bet the turnout will be way more than this. So it's high time Gambians own up to their players playing in the league and give them the necessary support and turnout whenever they're playing. I am surprised, but not totally surprised by the turnout. The ticket prices are too high, as people put it. Yes, there were revised fixtures, revised tickets again. Yeah, it's still expensive for others because we know the country we are living at the moment is not easy. But again, Gambians should absolutely own up to their league and go out and watch the league. And whenever these players are playing at national level, they should go out and watch, because this team is a national team comprising of only league players. Yeah, so absolutely, it is a very disappointing turnout.
Well, that's it from us here at the Independence Stadium. I've been your commentator, Umudu Gajaga, and my co-commentator and also match analyst is Amadou Tamba. Fantastic atmosphere. It ended 0-0, and we're excited to see football back at the Independence Stadium after CAF granted the Gambia temporary approval. We hope eventually this will be a full approval, and in September we can watch the national team senior Scorpions play here. Well, in 6 days' time, it's going to be return leg in Algeria between these two sides again to see who gets the spot in Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda. East Africa, 3 countries will co-host the competition, the African Nation Championship. Thank you very much for keeping us company, and back to you.